Morning guys, thanks for tuning in. Well, this video is about day 4 of my ride from south to north on the ACT of Portugal on my Voge 300 rally, my mate Donkey. The ride started very well, and you never know what's going to happen in life, do you? The story will unfold in the video. I use a weather app called Weatherbug, and it is created for outdoor activities. And the forecast for the north of Portugal and where I was heading was maximum 22 degrees, ideal for outdoor sport conditions. So, setting off with that in mind, I felt very confident I could do the ride. I'd just done 3 days and I was feeling fantastic. I felt on top of the world, on form, strong, fit and ready to go. Good morning. Thanks for tuning in. Well, this is the start of day 4. I'm on my own. I feel sad. Stuart's got home. Anyway, I'm heading from Voge to Manteigas. 215 kilometres, about 50% off-road apparently. Now this is a full ACT day recommended, because up to now I've shortened a couple of the days, but this is a full-on day, so we'll see how we get on. Doing this kind of thing that just made me decide to call my little bike Donkey. It's like I'm just trotting along the lanes with my bags on. Oh, that was a beautiful ride here. Well, it had to happen sometime. Here it is. This is that sometime. Warmer now. It's not going to be as warm, it is getting cooler as we get higher and further north, not as hot as further south. So we're getting a bit smaller now. Well, it looks like this could get pretty wet. quite deep in the rainy season. You feel them rocks are wet. Well, it's warming up now. Let me show you this. I was bought this before leaving by a friend. It's a neck cooler, and it's got gel in, and if you soak it in water, it soaks all the water up. You tie it around your neck, and it keeps your neck cool, and it affects the blood flow into your brain as well. So it's absolutely so refreshing. Even at slow temperatures when it's warm, it just gives that extra bit of cooling. So I'm just about to put it on. So I've just put that neck cooler on, and already the difference I feel, it's a beautiful feeling, because it is, I mean, I'm in a sun trap here in this valley, and it's, yeah, definitely pretty warm. Look at that, all that before me. Wow. This is an area where there's been fire in the past, and it looks like they've just cleared all this, possibly because it was all burnt. Look at the ground underneath it though. It's amazing how anything grows, isn't it? So much stone. Well, no. Getting warm. What did I expect? Goodness gracious. It's warm work though. Start using your muscles like this, standing up and all the rest of it. Concentration, everything warms up in the body, as well as the sun beating down. You can see it's not the smoothest of tracks. Thing is, every year this will be different because of the rains and the weather, and this is really loose now. Staying sat down so I can put my foot out anytime I want. That's with ABS on. People say about turning ABS off. I just don't do it. Just coming down there, brakes are working fine. And no skidding. Got a bit tricky. said on the other couple of videos, I think, that cafes and things, when you come out on this thing, don't expect to find cafes en route. Don't expect to find them open if you do. And if you do find them open, don't expect them to have food. Here we go again. Amazing what you find on top of the hilltop, isn't it? Time to stop. Look at this. Could almost say, thank God I've got it. Taken a very short diversion, very easy, it's very close to the truck actually, to this town, Provenza Andorra, just to have a good break. I know I stopped on the hilltop a few minutes ago, but I need to get some protein into me. Here we go. Are you ready for this? Well, the forecast I checked said it was going to be cooler up here. It's forecast for rain this evening in Montegas, but actually I've been feeling hotter today than the first 3 days, and I've got to admit that the build-up of the fatigue, it is building up. I'm having to be very, very careful. I'm really monitoring my body because it's, you know, there's no point pushing myself to some ridiculous length just to do this. So yeah, we're up there in the land of the giants. I think we'll be paying them a visit, looks like. Yes. See these roads, there's hardly a car. Fuck. Shit, that was far from easy. And now this was the point where my body said enough's enough. It seemed to just, I know it'd been building up gradually, but I never expected it to suddenly want to just shut down like it did. So I laid my gear out on the ground, my riding gear, and I laid on it and I just slept in the shade. It wasn't a cool shade, but it was better than the baking sun. I don't know how long I was there because I must have been out of it. Anyway, when I came round, I thought about going back up the slope I'd just come down, and I just couldn't face it. I mean, there's no run up, There's a tight turn from the bottom. It is completely loose and gravelly, and it would have been a bit of a challenge in good conditions when I was feeling strong, let alone that day. So I decided I had no other option but to press on. I didn't realise there was going to be a bit more of that coming up. Anyway, we got through. After I'd come down that slope, I had to stop. And honestly, we're feeling really unwell. I think it's my stomach. I think I've got food poisoning, or what it feels like. Look ahead, keep the power on, just trust the bike. I'm just going to go as slow as I bloody can. Engine braking with a little bit of extra braking on top. Get ready to put my feet down if I need to. The thing is with this track, it's like, it says 50% off-roading, but it seems to be all in one go. Well, that went on and on, just up and down like that, loose, scrambly. And there's a road here, so well, look at this. I'm going to stop here and just throw water in my helmet, my head. It's had a bit of cloud coming up, but not much. Still baking in the sun. Well, that's it. Anteg is going to take 2 hours 15 minutes on the road. Probably longer the way I'm speed I'm going. It's cool and refreshing riding along. After I'd cooled my head down, filled my helmet with water and the lining, I felt a bit more refreshed, and I was now on the road. So as I was riding, I was cooling down, but I was wiped already. And to be honest, the ride to get to Mantegas on the road was, I had nothing left anyway. I was on reserves, and I don't know how I got there, to be honest. It just seemed to go on and on, but something carried me through, and I'm sure Donkey was on automatic, but we got there. When we arrived at the apartment, I was on the 3rd floor, and I had to go up this steep tight spiral staircase, while my luggage stayed on the bike, my tom-tom stayed on the bike, and I just got up there, stripped off, put the aircon on, and laid on the bed. And I don't know how many hours I was there. Hours and hours, I was out. And when I did cool down, I managed to get up. And the next day, I was basically useless. I managed to rinse some clothes out, and just later in the evening, I managed to get some food. But then the stomach caught hold, and that wasn't very nice. So I had a couple of days like that. So not being able to eat hardly at all. Anyway, took days to get over it. Back on the road now, but staying off the trails to make my way south on the winding back lanes. Anyway, we survived, and onward and upward. Live long, ride on.